Talk about the segments of the market, there are two areas. One is how it's catering B2B and the other way is B2C. Whether we admit it or not, but we're all addicted to our cell phones and laptops. The screen time has increased over the time period. Postex is basically a hybrid of fintech and logitech. Trend and the pattern towards online buying has a drastic impact on our e-commerce sector. Back in 2020, our e-commerce sector was worth around $4.5 billion, which is again expected to grow to around $12 billion by the end of 2025.
आउज़ बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर रहीम अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि व सल्लिम अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मदिन व आलिहि बिक़दरि हुस्निही व जमालिही व नूरिही व कमालिही। अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, हसन रज़ा आज एक दफ़ा फिर आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर है। दोस्तों, अब तक की अप्रिसिएशन और अब तक की कोऑपरेशन का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। दोस्तों, वायरल मार्केटिंग क्या होती है? ये वायरल मार्केटिंग एक बड़ा ही मशहूर जुमला है जो मैंने कहीं पे पढ़ा और वो किसी कंपनी का था और उन्होंने लिखा हुआ था कि धोखे के अलावा सब कुछ मिलता है यहाँ। दोस्तों, आज का जो टॉपिक है वायरल मार्केटिंग के किस तरह से हम अपना कंटेंट जो है वो वायरल कर सकते हैं। क्या खाली कंट्रोवर्शियल कंटेंट ही जो है वो वायरल होता है और जो पॉजिटिव कंटेंट होता है क्या वो वायरल होता है या नहीं होता? दोस्तों, इस इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक पे डिस्कशन करने के लिए हमने दावत दी है वन ऑफ द सीजन मार्केटिंग प्रोफेशनल ऑफ पाकिस्तान। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, इनका नाम है उसवा खान। उसवा खान इज करेंटली वर्किंग एज ए हेड ऑफ मार्केटिंग एंड शी इज ऑल्सो अ को-फाउंडर ऑफ पोस्टेक्स पाकिस्तान। आइए मिलते हैं उसवा खान से और जानते हैं उनका एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक। थैंक यू वेरी मच उसवा फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे एंड आई एम सुपर एक्साइटेड कि आज आप हमारे साथ हैं। वेलकम ऑन बोर्ड।
Thank you for having me, Hassan.
सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन जो हमारा टॉपिक है वायरल मार्केटिंग। सो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है हाउ टू क्रिएट अ बज़ विद एडवर्टाइजिंग।
Okay, so advertising does play a very key role, right? And when we talk about marketing, things are rapidly changing. Like within a fraction of a second, things are different. And when we talk about the segments of the market, there are two areas. One is how it's catering B2B, and the other way is B2C. When I talk about my strategy or my way of going about things, currently I'm part of the e-commerce sector. It's more related to B2B. Postex is dealing with B2B, right? So, but however, whether it's B2C or B2B, at the end the goal is same, the agenda is same, that how to create maximum noise and how to get maximum reach out of it. So there are different ways of going about it. Our approach is very different, not different, but how we go about it is we have a very minimal approach, very neat, very clean. Our design language is very कुछ क्लटर नहीं है, कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं हो रहा कि ये भी ऐड कर दें वो भी ऐड कर दें. द सिंपल मैसेज हैज़ टू बी देयर आउट लाउड. अदर देन दैट हमारा जो टारगेट मार्केट है दैट इज़ द ई कॉमर्स सेक्टर एंड दे आर प्रोफेशनल्स, दे आर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, they are coming up with new ideas and the platform they are usually using is LinkedIn. So our tone is very sophisticated, very professional. How to create buzz and how to create noise is how we went about it is with a very one single word, that is growth, because that is primarily our focus has been around growth. If you have seen our previous events with Big Gallery and some other ventures as well, our focus has been on growth. We have been saying let's grow together. When the e-commerce grows, when a segment grows, we grow with them. So it's a win-win situation for both the ends. And growth is a word that has been creating the hype and creating the noise for us. It has been helping us and doing wonders for us. I'll give a small example here. People are basically talking about us. Rather, we are talking about ourselves more. People and our merchants are talking about us more than we do. For example, people are coming up with different ideas. For e-commerce sector, they sit together and they're coming up with different ideas. What they can cook together They're a bunch of friends sitting together. Now creativity is there, right? Ideation is there, but every business or any venture needs the right capital, sufficient capital to
Yeah.
start with. And that's how people come up with, well, why not go with Postex? Because we give them upfront payments.
Agreed.
We are solving their cash flow problems. So that's how people are talking about us, and we are able to create the noise in the market.
So उसका you're amazing and super. बहुत ज़बरदस्त आपने पहले सवाल का जो है वो जवाब दिया, और आई थिंक यू आर एडिंग वैल्यू. सो सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज़ वेरी रेलेवेंट एंड आई थिंक दैट इम्पॉर्टेंट एज वेल कि व्हाट आर द मेथड्स टू गो वायरल. माशाल्लाह आपने काफ़ी एड एजेंसीज़ के साथ भी, एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंसीज़ के साथ भी काम किया है, रिटेल में भी आप रही हैं, तो आप ब्रांड्स को, प्रोडक्ट को, मतलब आप ऊपर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ले जाती हैं. तो व्हाट आर द मेथड्स फॉर गोइंग वायरल?
So there are different tools. Previously, if we talk about like 4 years back or 3 years back, we were primarily focusing just on the conventional methods. Outdoors, the billboards that we see, TVC commercials, newspaper ad, print ad, that were the only ways of going and creating noise in the market that the product has launched or something is coming up. Now the focus has been shifted towards the digital era. We are living in the digital era, and whether we admit it or not, but we are all addicted to our cell phones and laptops. The screen time has increased over the time period. Whenever a product is being launched, or whenever anybody is talking about their service, there's no right or fixed one answer to anything, but going with the right platform and creating the right taglines, associating the right taglines with your product is very essential. Something that people can connect the words with the product. If the link and the connection is weak, people will be confused. I don't want to quote examples here, but we all know that sometimes we being an audience and me being a consumer as well, we see different products, and if the people use celebrity endorsement as a tool, right? It does help. Yes, it scales the sales. It does engage the consumer as well. But at the end of the day, if it's not helping in the increment of sales, then it's not the right way of going about it. So FMCG, whether it's retail, it's shoes, it's accessories, it's home and decor, whatever, there are a lot of things going around. Even if the connection is not right, then things will not fall in the right place. That is very important.
Agreed, wonderful, rightly said. Just for एक और बड़ा important question I would like to ask on the behalf of our followers. People are following us on LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook. कासिम अली शाह फाउंडेशन का जो पेज है, वो क्वेश्चन ये है कि what is the importance of customer experience in viral marketing?
It's very important. Customer experience, customer satisfaction, not just viral marketing, overall. Whether you are running a campaign or you are not running a campaign, customer experience is, it holds the business together, it holds the venture together. If at the end of the day, the customer is not experienced or not satisfied, there's something that you're not doing right, and that has to be fixed. Whether you're working day and night, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if the customer is not getting what they are looking for, so that has to be a high priority, whether it's a service industry, whether it's FMCG or whatsoever. But customer satisfaction is key, and somehow I think previously focus has not been that much on this area. People have been focusing more on the stats, if they're getting the returns, the ROI, they're managing the numbers, the stats, that's working for them. कस्टमर को कोई इतना समझता नहीं था कि एक्सपीरियंस कैसा हो रहा है. बट नाउ देयर इज़ अ शिफ्ट इन द मार्केट. The things have changed, the pattern has changed, buying patterns have changed, purchasing power, there's a drastic shift in the purchasing power. 1 month people are, the consumer is buying like there is no end, and the other month there is a drastic fall. So the customer satisfaction is important, and for this companies have been managing and taking different initiatives. I see different companies and my company as well that we have been focusing on this area a lot, and this requires a lot of time, a lot of resource management. Resources have to be allocated rightly and at the right time, so that آپ کی شاید نوائز کریٹ ہو رہی ہے، ایٹ دا سیم ٹائم آپ کے بارے میں لوگ بات کر رہے ہیں، آپ کی تعریف کر رہے ہیں، آپ کی سروس بھی شاید اچھی ہے، بٹ کسٹمر ایکسپیرینس اگر ساتھ ساتھ کیٹر ہو رہا ہے دین اونلی یو آر جسٹیفائنگ واٹ یو آر ڈوئنگ.
So Uspa, I mean, you people are doing amazing job, wonderful. So would like to know about it. What is all about Postex?
So in a nutshell, Postex is basically a hybrid of fintech and logitech. Our focus is the e-commerce sector of Pakistan. If we talk about the ongoing trend of the e-commerce sector, we identified few problem areas, and cash flow is one of the biggest aspects for any venture, right? If you don't have sufficient capital, good ideas, good ideation, good creativity, that would be of no use if there are not sufficient capital to grow you. What we do is that there have been these SMEs have been emerging over the time period. If you have noticed that since 2020, after the COVID hit, the trend and the pattern towards online buying has a drastic impact on our e-commerce sector. I think back in 2020, our e-commerce sector was worth around $4.5 billion. Currently, it is expected that this year will be closed for around $7.7 billion, which is again expected to grow to around $12 billion by the end of 2025. So you see where this thing is going. So when Postex is identified the problem, our aim was initially that how we can solve this problem of cash flow. We decided that we will be catering them with the upfront payments to this e-commerce sector. But that was not alone sufficient. If we are doing the financing on daily basis and the logistics, the courier is being catered by some other party, then our financing would be of no good. At the same time, so we decided that logistics and courier should be and would have to be provided by us. So we are taking care of the logistics courier as well, and doing the daily basis financing of e-commerce platforms. What happens is whenever an online marketplace or an e-commerce marketplace, they make a sale, we are able to finance them upfront. We give them the advance upfront payment, and they get the cash. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to wait for the recovery of their payments, such as it's being observed with the other conventional courier. The payment cycles are huge. They're very long. It takes around 2 to 3 weeks to let the merchant recover their cash, because the conventional courier is doing what they are doing is that they will be delivering the product at the doorstep. There are refusals, there are delays, and the cash is stuck for the merchant. So we are solving this problem for the merchant by giving them upfront payments. They have the cash, they can do whatever they want, they can plan their business, they can specifically the small or the startups, small enterprises or these startups, they are basically relying on this cash that they are getting. They are able to get the inventory and sell the next day. So that's how we are helping to grow the e-commerce sector, and it's a win-win for both. I'll say again, I always say this, it's not just that we are helping them and we are doing them some favor. It's a win-win for both the ends, for the merchant and for us. We are growing together. That's why we have been focusing entirely on let's grow together.
بالکل ٹھیک ہے. اچھا Uspa, I would like to ask one very important question and very relevant question on the behalf of our follower. اکثر اوقات ہم آن لائن آرڈر کرتے ہیں, آرڈر کچھ اور کرتے ہیں, آتا کچھ اور ہے. اس کو کیسے بندہ اس سچویشن کو ہینڈل کرے؟
So it's a very very valid and important question. It's with the growing e-commerce market, this is a valid concern as well. We being the service provider do face this issue as well. The society that we are part of, there's certain things, the mechanism is like this, that we cannot control a few things. Now a merchant like XYZ retail merchant that has been part of our lives, part of the society for over a decade, over more than 2 decades. We have a trust with them because we have been buying and purchasing from them. And when we order online, we know what's going to come in, we know the material, we know the cost, we know the sizes and everything. We're very familiar with that. But with the new entrants, this risk is there. Yes, for sure, this risk is there. But as a service provider, we can only, and we have been doing this, we can only assure to be a helping hand between the consumer or the customer who has ordered the product and the merchant from where we have picked the product. Because these queries and these concerns are ongoing. Sometimes this does happen that people, me being a consumer as well, we see something on the website, we like it, we order it, and we don't receive that what we have expected to be. So there's always an option for, this is again that what we can help and assist being a service provider. We can definitely, and we do that for sure, we definitely get in touch with our relevant teams that there are concerns from the customers, the product is not right what they're expecting, they want refunds or they want exchanges. So we are basically a bridge, right? We are the middle person that is picking up the product and delivering to the customer. So their satisfaction is equally important again. So if the customer is not satisfied and they have any concerns, returns, exchanges or anything, we facilitate that service as well for sure. That not that कि बस deliver कर दिया था एक दफ़ा, we are done there. Exchange का request है, return करना है. We will make sure that the query or the concern is shared with the relevant team so that we can collectively look into it and look for a better outcome.
बिल्कुल सही. एक और बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन हमारे फॉलोवर ने कहा था ये आपसे मैं ज़रूर पूछूं. आई नो इट्स बिट कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल लेकिन आई नीड टू आस्क फ्रॉम यू. वो ये था कि सर जब डिलीवरी आती है तो हमें प्रोडक्ट जो है वो उस तरह का नहीं मिलता तो हमें कहा जाता है हमको रिफ़ंड कर देंगे आपको. अब रिफ़ंड के लिए महीना लग जाता है, 2 महीने लग जाते हैं, 3 महीने लग जाते हैं. तो ये रिफ़ंड जो है क्या मतलब वो बेचारे लॉजिस्टिक्स वालों की तरफ से डिले होता है या एक्चुअल कस्टमर की तरफ से डिले होता है?
ओके, आई थिंक दिस साइकिल हैज़ बिन कट डाउन. थोड़ी ये श्रिंक हो गया ये टाइमलाइन इसका. प्रीवियसली ओवर इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट बैक इन 4 to 3 or 4 years back, 2 years back, ये टाइमलाइन इतना हो सकता है. We and of course I would say that the other courier service providers as well, we are all working towards a better experience for the customer. So I'm sure this timeline has been cut down. Secondly, yes, when a specific rider of a courier company, when our rider from Postex goes out to a doorstep and delivers the product, his job is that he has been assigned with 30 to 40 parcels per day. He has been assigned with them and it's his duty, it's his job to deliver them. Now when he's there, he has to ask for the money, that amount that is stated on the product, or if it's a 0 COD order, he's not allowed to ask for any money. He has to deliver that product. Now he doesn't know, or we don't know that what has been packed in that package, because this has been picked up as it is, sealed from the shipper's end. And when we pick it up, it's it's stocked in our warehouse. That's the mechanism. We pick it up, it's stocked in our warehouse, and then it goes out for delivery on the other day or on the same day.
Yeah.
Once it's on route for delivery, the rider has to make sure that it's delivered. And when he's there, he is only there to request the specific customer, that they ordered this product and they have to accept it. Then there are different scenarios. People or customer ask for, that they want to open the parcel first, they will check, and only then they will accept it. Now this is a back and forth process because the riders, they are not allowed to open the parcels, and because this will be a question mark on them. That's why they ask the customer. I'm sure it will be helpful for a lot of people that this is a long procedure. Why the rider is not able to take a call at that moment, because he has to first consult within the team members, and the team has to get the consent from the shipper firstly. Only if they allow, then the parcel is allowed to open. Otherwise, it's a question mark on the
Agreed.
service provider, that why did you let it open?
Yeah.
Why is it being exchanged? Or why is it being returned? Or for example, when the returns are being sent out to the merchant, the concerned merchant, and the products are different, so it's a question mark on everybody that is in the chain, but part of the chain. So everybody has to be, well connected for this process.
Yeah.
And it's requested for a little patience from the customers as well.
Agreed. So उसका माशाल्लाह जो पोस्टेक्स है अभी रिसेंट पास्ट में आप लोगों ने एक एक्विजिशन भी किया एक बहुत बड़ी लॉजिस्टिक कंपनी के साथ. What is all about?
So recently, Postex has been able to acquire Call Courier, and Alhamdulillah, we are very excited about this. We will be all one team now. We'll be working as one team. And Postex will be catering to around 1.3 million users, and this gives us the opportunity to be able to give our services to around 8,000 plus merchants. And previously, Postex was only operational in KLIR, Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, Rawalpindi. And from now onwards, we will be live, we will be operational in around 500 cities across the nation. So, Alhamdulillah, we are really looking forward to this. Again, as we were talking about the viral marketing and how we are creating buzz, we have been able to create the noise in the global market as well. The world is celebrating us, world is talking about us. Globally and locally renowned publications have been talking about us. Even about our acquisition news, the first one to break the news was TechCrunch, and followed by Bloomberg, Forbes. So Postex is there. Even Pro-Pakistani, Dawn, Pakistan Startup, Brand Scenario, everyone was talking about us. So it felt really great, and we do feel more sense of responsibility after this announcement, because this is not something that we are up there now. This is just the beginning for us.
Yeah.
The work has just started, and we are looking to bring the change that we always intended to bring for the e-commerce sector.
उसका अमेजिंग जॉब. पोस्टेक्स बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. तो आप डिफ्रेंशिएट किस तरह से करते हैं, मतलब अपने जो लॉजिस्टिक सर्विसेज हैं, बाकी तो बहुत सारे लोग काम कर रहे हैं, हम तो अभी नए आए हैं, तो हाउ यू आर डिफ्रेंशिएटिंग?
Okay, so the biggest aspect is the payment cycle. The upfront payments. Nobody is doing the upfront payments. We are basically paying the merchants from our own pocket. We pick the parcel, we pick the product, and we give upfront payment, which is around 50 to 70% upfront payment. However, the payment structure in the conventional courier is different. They are providing the cash, or they are paying back the merchant after they have recovered their money from the customer's end. But we are recovering afterwards. So there is a difference. Other than that, our model is primarily a fintech. हम लोग फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज टेक का एक हाइब्रिड है. आर टेक इज़ ऑल इन हाउस. हमारे इंटीग्रेशंस, एवरीथिंग इज़ बीइंग डन in house. Also, we have our own payment gateway, so which is linked with the website, and customers can make the purchase via Visa or Mastercard, EasyPaisa, JazzCash. So there are different mechanisms in that as well. This is another vertical of our company that we are catering to, and there is another upcoming product as well, for which we are the licensing is the process of licensing under process, and soon enough, inshallah, we will be fulfilling that, and we will be able to give more access of capital to these merchants, so that we can see the e-commerce growing and work at its best and their best potential.
Wonderful, rightly said. I mean, you're amazing and superb in the whole session. I mean, wonderful contribution. What a great session it was.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any final word deed about Qasim Malaysia Foundation? Please go ahead.
I think this platform has been doing a great job over the years, and if I talk about these specific sessions of yours that you are inviting people and letting people share their thoughts and how they are perceiving things, so it's a great opportunity for them as well, and for the viewers as well, who get to listen to different aspects of the society, what is going around, and staying updated. So I think it's a very helpful tactic and it's doing a great job.
थैंक यू आप लोगों का ही बहुत शुक्रिया आज के एपिसोड देखने का। मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आज के एपिसोड आपको पसंद आई होगी। आज का हमारा टॉपिक था वायरल मार्केटिंग और फिर हमने डिस्कस किया पोस्टेक्स। जी हाँ, एक कामयाब कंपनी और किस तरह से कुछ नौजवान आए और आके वो छा गए। दोस्तों अपना फीडबैक हमसे ज़रूर शेयर कीजिएगा ताकि हम भी इम्प्रूव कर सकें। दुआओं में याद रखिएगा। इंशाल्लाह अनकरीब एक नई टॉपिक नए गेस्ट के साथ आपकी खिदमत में दोबारा हाजिर होऊंगा। टेक केयर, बाय बाय।